Hello everyone, welcome back to another banner reaction. I'm DTM as always, and we have with us the legendary banner, or the legendary hero for this May, and this is super hype because this is a really stacked legendary banner. We have like on red Emblem Marth and Emblem Ike sharing, which is absolutely insane. And likely on green, we will have female Alir, rearmed Lucina, and the new legendary, and we're expecting a fire legendary. Honestly, I literally have no idea who it might be, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, let's get into this. As always, if you like the content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to help support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but it truly does help this channel a lot, and I really do appreciate all the content support. Alright, who is this? Oh, whoops. I accidentally turned off the video. Give me a second, sorry. Okay, let's try this again. I do apologize. That is Fates. Like that music is it going to be Takumi? Oh, it's Male Corrin. Okay. So I guess Male Corrin is a green dragonstone then. I guess that was something that could have been thought of, but ooh, okay. That is a lot of text. Although we got Divine Vein Water now and a new inheritable beast skill for dragons, it looks like. Can trigger his special over and over after his special advised Divine Flame. So yeah, Divine Water appears to offer damage reduction, which is similar to how like it worked in Engage, where like the water tiles like increase your avoidance basically, which has the analogy. Okay.
We'll forge our destinies.
Is he an infantry dragon? He seems like it. I don't know what they're doing here. Trying to show. Okay. I guess I should have like checked that out later. Okay, we have Asker, we have Shez. So yeah, 2 dragons sharing both fire. Wait, yeah, both fire, which is a bit unfortunate. We do have rearmed Lucina sharing though, which is really hype. And then yeah, red of course is super stacked as I've talked about before. So yeah, we finally have Male Corrin. When was what's the time period between female Corrin and male Corrin? I actually don't know. But yeah, we need to take out. I cannot speak today, I'm sorry. We need to check out these skills because there was definitely a lot going on that we do need to take a look at. But yeah, Male Corrin as a fire legendary. And then he is infantry. So most likely he'll play a raid boss role, similar to Emblem Ike. Let's check out these skills. Hoshido's Breath. Accelerate special trigger. Unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range, so we have disencounter here. At start of turn, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, and unit special cooldown count is at its maximum value, grant special cooldown count -1 to unit. Okay, so we have a little times pulse effect here at the start of turn. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants bonus to units all stats equals to the number of allies within 3 spaces of unit times 3 plus 5 max 14. Reduces damage from foes' first attack by 7, that's flat, and includes Braves. And also, if foes attack can trigger foes special and units res is greater than or equal to foes res plus 5, inflict special cooldown count +1 on foe before foes first attack during combat. So we do have Scowl built in. If unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25% at the start of combat, and if unit's special cooldown count is at its maximum after combat, grants special cooldown count -1 to unit after combat. And then that's like the secondary part of Times Pulse. So this is effectively full Times Pulse 4, essentially. Okay, so to sum it up, we have Disencounter, we have Slaying, we have Times Pulse 4, we have like theoretically +14 to all stats, and then we have 7 damage reduction and Scowl. So that's pretty decent so far. What does the special do? Boosts special damage by 40% of units res when special triggers. If units res is greater than foes res, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoEs equals to 4 by percentage equals to 4 minus the current special cooldown count value times the difference between stats. Max difference between stats equals 10. So yeah, we have so if you out-res the opponent, you get a damage reduction effect, and that is based on this. I don't think this is following orders of operations. Yeah, unless. I mean, I guess the current special cooldown count value is going to be like literally 0, I feel. Wait, hold on. Let me try to read this. Reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoEs by percentage equals to 4 minus the current special cooldown count value times the difference between stats. I have to assume that like there is no order of operations. So like it's 4 minus whatever the current cooldown. So if you have slaying here, so it'll be 1. So that would be like 3 times the difference between stats, maximum of 10. So basically, assuming there is no order of operations, you get 40% damage reduction as long as you are able to out-res the foe by 10. So basically, this is special Dragon Wall, if I read this correctly. Which is nice. So far, it seems like this is unpierceable, which is obviously really, really good. If unit special is ready or unit special triggered during combat, reduces the percentage of foes non-special reduce damage by X% skills by 50%. Okay, and then you get like the damage reduction halving thing here, as long as your special triggers or it has triggered previously. And then after combat, if unit special triggered, applies Divine Vein Water on target space and on space within 2 spaces of target space for 1 turn. Okay, so what does Divine Vein Water do? It reduces a void, right? Applies the following effects on space, acts as difficult terrain for foes with range equals 2, so that's similar to Divine Vein Flame. Inflicts speed -5 on foe, and reduces the percentage of non-special, reduces damage by X% skills by 50% during combat. Okay, and then we have another source of DR halving. So Divine Vein Water basically is DR halving, essentially. That's the effect that it has, including the speed -5. The thing is, like, this activates after your special trigger. So you won't get the DR halving on the water tiles, not until like you finish your first combat. And the first combat is the most important one when it comes to omnitanks. So you can't like apply this whenever you want. You can't just like end turn and apply this Divine Vein Water, unless you can. It's like on the Beast or something. It only applies like after your first combat, as long as you have your special triggered. And so I feel like in most instances, this Divine Vein Water is not going to have that much impact. If there was a way we can get like the water like outside, that would have been nice. I mean, you do get the DR halving already in the special, but it would have been nice to have like 75% DR cut instead of like 50% DR cut. But yeah. Okay, so taking this all together, basically we have all stats plus 14 effectively. We have Scowl. We have times pulse 4, which obviously synergizes really well with Dragon Fang Shot in addition to the slaying. And then we have a flat 7 damage reduction, flat damage reduction, and that is including this Dragon Wall, which is unpierceable because it is in the special. This special also gives you DR cut if you trigger your special, or you had your special trigger during the combat, and then you apply the water. Now, how does this stack up against the current infantries? I think it stacks up decently well. Because like currently for omnitanks we have like Emblem Ike, we have Legendary Male Aleer. I guess other omnitanks can include like Sita. Yeah. The thing is like omnitanks are really, really hard. And again, similar to a lot of other omnitanks, like this doesn't have a way to get through burn damage at the current moment. Let me check out High Dragon Wall though first. If a skill compares unit res to foe or allies res, treats units res as if granted +5, inflicts speed res -4 on foe during combat. If units res is greater than foe's res, reduce damage from attacks during special and from AoEs by percentage equals to the difference between stats times 4, max 40. Foes with range equals 2 cannot warp into spaces within 4 spaces of units. So it has a little warp bubble effect, but only against range units. That's kind of weird. Why only range units? And it does not affect pass or like rival domain stuff, but we already knew that. I mean, the warp bubble thing is annoying, and probably will be like useful in something like Summoner's Duels. But the thing is like Corrin will have to function as like an omni tank because that's what infantry melees are. Like theoretically you can make him into a frontline, but these days like you'd rather have your frontline not just frontline. You also want them to do other things. Like Dagger is an amazing frontline because she can provide the Pathfinder. Anna is amazing frontline because she can have all the flyer skills like guidance or snap or something like that. Same thing with Ashnerd. And so I'm not entirely sure how I guess we have to wait and see what the inheritance restrictions are for this. If dragon flyers specifically can inherit the skill, that would be really, really good actually. Because you can have your dragon flyers as the front line while still providing like guidance or snap or whatever. I don't know if dragon flyers can actually learn snap or not, but I know they can learn. I think they can learn guidance. Let me check actually before I like do anything. Yeah, dragon flyers can learn guidance. So yeah, if flyers can learn this skill, that would be really, really good. So yeah, I guess overall, what do I think of Corrin as an omni tank? I mean, I'll say for arena, I think he'll be really, really good. Granted, like most modern legendaries do really well in arena, so like that's not too much of a surprise. And as a dragon unit, he will be scoring really high. Even though it kind of sucks to run distant counter dragon on him, even though he already has distant counter, it's still like worth it for scoring, I guess. For ether raids, I don't think you'll see that much of him. Well, for one thing, he's season locked, so you're not going to see much of him anyways. But I guess during his seasons, he can work as an omni tank like Emblem Ike or Legendary Male Lear during his season. I think he'll be competent enough. Potential, like he does get really good like damage reduction, unpierceable damage reduction on the special and the flat damage reduction in the weapon. So I do think that will allow him to do pretty well. And unlike Emblem Ike, he does have capabilities to be like resistant against AoEs. Because like Emblem Ike does not have any way to get to like have damage reduction on AoEs unless you run like Goto, but like no one wants to run Goto, right? So Corrin does have that over him. In turn though, like from what I see, Corrin doesn't have any NCD. And so you're really going to need to like be able to out-res units like Leon or outspeed units like Hinoka or just be able to outspeed any like flash effects. And in something like Summoners, not Summoner Duels, in Ether Raids, like you do see those quite often. So you do need to be careful about that. I just wish like you can apply the Divine Vein Water like more proactively. I think that would have been really cool. Granted, it would probably have to be done on like a Gale Force unit. But it would have still been cool regardless, you know? I thought that would be really cool. But yeah, I will say, again, Scowl is one of the best defensive effects there is. That in combined with the AoE damage reduction protection. So I do think he'll be a very strong omnitank. How he ranks among the omnitanks, I do think we need to get this in the game to truly evaluate how he stands against like Ike and Legendary Male Alir. But we'll see. I do think he's pretty competent though. How competent? We need to figure out once we actually get this in practice and in the game. Aw, Corrin against Onagos. That's actually really
This is the path I chose.
really emblematic. Or thematic, I guess. Yeah, as you can see, Kvaser doesn't really do much. Although I wonder how that matchup would go if Kvaser has Devoted Basket, which is the true optimal build. And yeah, you can see the water. It's a pretty big effect though, so like it can help with one-on-one things to like only have Corrin tank one unit. So that is something I guess you can consider. And yeah, we have our slate here. And yeah, so we have on green, we have Corrin, Alir, and Lucina. Now, unfortunately, Corrin and Alir are sharing seasons. They're both fire. And they are both fire, right? I'm not like deluding myself. Yeah, they're both fire. And so like that is pretty inefficient when it comes to like ore spending, because generally you want one of each season. It is very, very rare that you can have like 2 +10 legendaries in a season. So that is a bit unfortunate. Rearm Lucina though is a very, very good pickup as a rearm. More merges on rearms are always appreciated. And Rearm Lucina herself is pretty competent with the future sight and is pretty good on like Kavline teams and Summoners duels. So definitely pretty decent. A red though, I think is honestly the standout still, even with Legendary Male Corrin. Like again, you have Emblem Ike and Emblem Marth. Those are just very, very strong emblem rings. And Emblem Ike, like Legu's friend, is like taking over every Omnitank team or build. The one downside to the share is Kvaser, but unironically, Kvaser is probably the best Dark Mythic, which is kind of sad if you think about it. But yeah. On colorless, we do have Asker and Hortensia, which is a really, really good share. I honestly think Asker is like the best light mythic we have right now. And Hortensia obviously is a super strong support and a rearmed as well. And then Golvag does come with Occultist Strike, which is a really, really good premium skill. So colorless 2 is actually really, really good. And then blue, we have Faye, Shez, and Lumera. A bit less good of a share, but like I think Shez and Faye have different seasons, and Lumera is a light mythic and does provide some good support, and so that is pretty good in value as well. So overall, this banner is actually pretty good when it comes to value. Now, whether or not I'll be summoning on it, honestly, I don't know. Like, I do have a +8 legendary female Alir that I would like to finish to +10, and obviously more merges on Rearm Lucina would be really, really nice, but that's more of like a luxury, not really like a need, you know? So I guess I'll have to think about that. But yeah, I guess we can go to our tier list now. So Legendary Male Corrin is our most recent Fire Legendaries, and this is my current rankings of the of the list. So in S tier, we have Hinoka and Lena. Hinoka is still really good with the charge support, even though like Chloe does do that as well. Hinoka does have matchups that are better than Chloe, and honestly, in something like SDS, you can like run 2 like charge lines, and in something like Arena, obviously, Chloe doesn't score as well, and Hinoka's a legendary, and again, mobility is just everything in Arena. Same thing with Alina. Honestly, having the calf mobility is really nice, and Alina is actually really good, like genuinely usable in something like Summer's Duels. In A tier, we have Shez and Legendary Female Leer. Still pretty good units, but definitely a step down from the meta that Hinoka and Alina has. And then honestly, from B downwards, it's pretty bad. Like I give Eater more generosity because she is a flyer with Kanto, which is really good in Arena. Celica, I still think is competent enough nuke. And then in C, we have like the okay, I guess, Legendary Edelgard, Xander, Ephraim. Honestly, Xander and Ephraim is just there for the Kanto, and then Legendary Edelgard is really waiting for a Soul Troop 4, honestly. And then in D tier, we have like Legendary Marth, Legendary Roy, Hector. Yeah, you know how it goes. So where would I put Corrin on this list? Well, oh, wait. Sorry, my apologies. I seem to have disabled the tier list. Okay, it's back. Wow, I'm really out of it today, I guess. But yeah, where would I put Corrin? I think I would put him at the bottom of S tier for now. I think I still, especially for something Arena, I still highly value like the mobility Hinoka provides and the threat range Lena has. But we can't deny that Corrin will probably be a pretty good omnitank. It's just that how many omnitanks do you actually need? And will Corrin actually like impact the meta? That is a lot more difficult to answer until we like actually get Corrin in practice and see how he like does against like certain matchups and stuff. I do think he'll do pretty well, but again, it's hard to say. I think I will give him the benefit of the doubt though and put him in the bottom of S tier at the very least. Who knows? If he becomes like another Emblem Ike, I could see Corrin going up, but for now I think I'll put him here. Yeah, I think that's about right. Again, it's really hard to judge omnitanks, honestly, especially in this current meta. It's really matchup dependent, and so we really can't do anything but wait and see. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. If you do, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that jazz to support the channel. Only takes 5 seconds to subscribe, but it truly does help out this channel a lot. And I really do appreciate all the constant support. Yeah, really excited for this banner. I know a certain other FEH that will probably be wailing on this banner. Whether or not for Corrin, well, I think you'll be able to figure that out. But yeah, and also thank you everyone for all of my members who became members to this channel. Always definitely appreciate the support. And yeah, really do appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you're going to summon and what your thoughts are on Legendary Male Corrin. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye everyone.